Hello. G'day. Howdy. Bonjour. Body da. Pumpernickel. So my name's Joshua, I'm 19 years old, and I thought I'd try this thing called vlogging, which I believe stands for video blogging. I'd seen a few friends do it, so I thought that I myself would attempt it. But knowing my own ideas and how they usually transpire, I can see this endeavour going down quicker than the Hindenburg. Another reason I'm a little bit unsure about doing something like this is because, although I myself are quite a busy person, not many interesting things go on in my life. This means I normally have to use the sometimes bizarre nature of other people in order to make my life appear interesting, because in my life there's not many things that happen that are worth explaining. With that in mind though, there are things that do go on, and I've thought of something that I would like to talk about for this vlog pilot, I suppose you could call it, or maybe not. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to talk about something that happened to me the other week at work, because it was quite a funny evening, and it gave me an insight into a type of human behaviour that I've never ever seen before. I work in a supermarket, but for legal reasons and part of a contract that I signed when I got the job, I am forbidden to say which one. Please just believe me when I say that I work in a supermarket at the checkout. A few weeks ago, I was at work at the checkout in the anonymous supermarket, and I had a couple of surreal experiences with a couple of customers. I've just realised how bad that sounds. Anyway, about an hour into my shift, I had this guy who was quite possibly the happiest customer I think I've ever had. I obviously have no problem with people being happy, because people can be happy or sad at any given moment, but he was one of those really annoyingly happy people, you know? He was so annoyingly happy that I kind of wanted to reach across and slap him for being happy, those sorts of people. Anyway, so he came through my till like, "Hey, how are you today?" And we got chatting because he had quite a bit of stuff and we had time to chat. When I talk to my customers, I always ask them the same question to try and get a conversation started. And this question is, have you got any plans for the evening? Now, most people tend to say, "Nah, just sitting in front of the telly, really." And that's also what this guy said, initially. So the shopping finished, he packed, he paid, he left. And I thought, never going to see him again. Bah. Anyway, about a minute later, the guy returns. And he came up to me and said, "You know that question you asked me earlier on? About if I had any plans for you?" "Yeah." I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, he genuinely retorted with, "Has anyone ever said shag the wife to you?" I have Asperger's syndrome, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't purport to be a world-class authority on social etiquette and conversational stuff, but I'm pretty sure you do not tell a random stranger that you're going to be bonking your wife tonight. Some of you may think I asked for that. No, I didn't. Considering the amount of people I've asked that question to before, and have given reasonably kosher answers, why on earth would I begin to suspect that this guy was going to tell me about his sex life? Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Thinking back on it now, I probably shouldn't have said enjoy to him afterwards. I think that kind of made matters worse. Fast forward a little while later, I had another customer come through. This time it was a woman, and she was the complete polar opposite to the guy earlier on. She was stressed, she looked depressed, she looked exhausted, she looked utterly destroyed. For all her faults, bless her, she was probably the best customer I've ever had, and you'll realise why in a moment. I felt incredibly sorry for this woman because she did look stressed and exhausted, so I thought, I know, I'll attempt to cheer her up. What can I do to cheer her up? Something that's, I don't know, something funny that's happened, something recent. Yes, friends, I told her the story. Luckily for me, it was rather well received. Story finished, shopping finished, paid, packed, ready to go, and just as she was about to go, the woman leant into me and she said, "Oh, and by the way, I won't be sleeping with my husband tonight. I've got much better things to do with my time." What a woman. And there we have it. That just proves that there are some quite wacky people where I live. Do you have any wacky people near where you live? Comment below if you do. And if you like this, like or subscribe or follow or whatever it is you do on YouTube. And because I'm hoping to do some more of these. Not sure how many. It depends as of yet. So until next time, goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Nostar. Bye, mate. My mum's there. She's kind of intruding. Say hello to the YouTube. Possibly stalker types.
His name, he turns his back. The weather is growing cold, and I want him back again. I kinda know this other guy, but he's rather old enough to be my father, so he's not the one for me.
Okay, fine.
I fancy
do that then.